Let's start it up, boys. Oh my goodness, it feels so good to be back on in PoE 2. We had a ultra fun day with our first day of leveling in the Dawn of the Hunt, sort of like seasonal event thing. We are, of course, starting off with the Smith of Kitava Warrior Ascendancy. That's a new thing. This Ascendancy brings a lot of tankiness, sort of innately, with being able to get really high resists and max resists, basically through stacking fire res and max fire res, which is awesome. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with this character offensively, but it's a warrior. So a lot of what we might do is something we've seen before with like maces and leaping around, bone shredder and stuff to level, and then maybe stampeding later on. Hey, we might do molten blasting on this guy too. We will see. But all in all, it has been a blast so far, and I'm very excited to sort of share the journey with you guys. If you've watched my build videos before, you know that we kind of just wing it and see where the build takes us, and I think that's what we're going to do again. But before we start our day of leveling today, I will show you guys what we're cooking with right now. We are level 52 and pumping. This character's build so far is probably somewhat familiar. I think with the one little bit of change that we've made is I've invested more into stun threshold, because I feel like I was getting stunned a lot when I was leveling, and I don't feel like getting stunned while I'm leveling. So we'll take a look. First things first, we can talk about the Ascendancy. My first two Ascendancy points went into the fire resistance and modifiers to fire resistance. Also grant cold and lightning resistance at 50% of their value. So all your fire res, half of that is your cold and lightning res as well, as it's added on to, which is crazy. And more fire res, and then modifiers to max fire res also grant max cold and lightning resistance. So my character's not fully capped out right now because, you know, we keep getting our resistances minused out by progressing. But we have 78 max res, and then my resistance is looking pretty juicy in general, which is super nice. After this, I might try out Temper Weapon, but I will likely just do something else. I don't know. This talent is really cool. I just don't know if it's worth it if you can only put 2 points in. But what you could do with your first 2 points is you could either do like max life and strength, or you could do 75 fire res and 5 max fire res to just give you like giga capped resists, which would be insane. But then you get more points to put fire res or whatever else. Samson knows that we're starting to stream for the day, so he's gonna come hang out a little bit. Or you can do armor grants 25% physical damage from hits taken as fire damage, which is also crazy because you have 90% fire res. So, like, once you get all of your Ascendancy points, I think I'm just going to go here, and then I'm going to pick out some cool stuff here, which is, I think, like, life, strength, max res, fire res, or the damage taken from hits is taken as fire damage, and then you can even do the chaos damage is mitigated by armor, that kind of thing. So you have some really cool options. But in terms of leveling your warrior, or your Smith of Kitava in particular, I'm going like we usually do, through the top, getting some melee damage. I grab stun build up and melee damage. You can grab this right now, like early on if you want to. That's not what I did this time, but I did come back for it, grabbing armor, more armor from your body armor and life regen and strength. But then what I did first was just come through here, grab more melee damage, grab some strength, come down here to the two-hander wheel, grab the damage and reduce attack speed, but it's a lot of damage and a lot of stun build up with more two-hander damage into more AoE if you stun an enemy recently, and we are stunning a lot. We're stunning enemies very frequently. Come over here. This is a jewel socket now, which is interesting. And I actually did go straight up here for Resolute Technique first so that we cannot have our attacks miss, but they also cannot crit. Not a big deal. I really like this stuff right here, though. The stun threshold and ailment threshold. And we went for stun threshold here with strength and more life is great. I didn't do this right off the bat, but I did go for more melee damage, and then more AoE if you stun recently with more stun build up. And then we went over here for more attack speed, but further reducing our attack speed. So we don't hit very fast, but we do hit really hard, and we stun really hard too with all this extra stun build up. And there's some really cool stuff that you can do with the new support gem that I'll talk about in just a second. The talents, we're only level 50, so it doesn't take that long to talk about my skills. Went down here for strength. Now I did kind of a weird path here. I grabbed the damage with maces, but I also went up this way for this stuff. I'm not like a huge fan of the aftershock right now. I might grab it later and then drop some of this stuff, but this is fine for now. I just went up and around, but I still want the mace damage, so I grabbed this. I allocated Titanic for more stun build up, and strength, and then stun threshold on the actual talent. Then I went up here to grab more strength. I went through the max fire res because that's going to give me all res. And then we grab all res here with, or all max res, I should say, with a little bit of all res on top of that. Then I went here, and I went over here for just generic attack damage. We could also go up here for more AoE, and eventually I might go blood magic as well. We may even do fire damage, and so we're kind of already close to this ignite stuff, which is cool. We shall see. We shall see. But I want to keep my damage high while we're leveling. So we're doing this. This is an action RPG, Path of Exile 2. It is super fun. It's where you make a character, customize the build, progress it, get stronger, take on stronger enemies, get better loot, keep getting, you know, keep that loop going. It's awesome. Tons of build options, and we're going through my build of my current character right now, so just getting started. We did a big day of leveling yesterday, and now we're kind of picking it up. But before we continue, I wanted to let you guys know where my build was, in case you guys wanted to follow along or just are interested, just so like a little update for you guys, but also could give you some guidance about leveling too. Bleed builds could be great, but I'm doing this right now. Yeah, this is a fantastic game. So for my Mace Strike, again, I just have some random stuff in there. A little bit extra fire damage, a little bit extra damage when they're close to me, a little bit of a chance to bleed, just kind of whatever. Rolling Slam, I have it doing Brutality, so it just does 25% more physical damage, and it also has way less accuracy against close enemies, but I cannot miss, so it doesn't matter, so now it just gives it way more AoE, which is fine. This actually could even go in my Leap if I have enough stun build up. We'll see. That'd be cool, actually. Impact Shockwave on Bone Shatter is our bread and butter right here. Impact Shockwave and Magnified Effect. You get both of these early on, you stick with them for a long time. Makes my Bone Shatter hitting a big ol' AoE. It is awesome. I might put this on my Leap, though. If I stun hard enough with Leap, which I might, then I might put it on there, just for more AoE. Anyway, Infernal Cry, I have that empowering, so it gives 15% more damage whenever I get the empowered little buff, and also cost 30% less, because the shouts do kind of cost a lot of mana. But you'll use this in a big crowd after like leaping in, shout, Bone Shatter, everything just chain explodes. It's awesome. Makes you do more fire damage and makes enemies explode when you kill them. We just got Hammer of the Gods. It's a little bit different now. You have to build Glory, which is interesting. But we have Fist of War on there, and then we have Heavy Swing. Now, does it say, do all my abilities say they can't be evaded? So if Hammer of the Gods can't be evaded, it's a very natural choice to chuck Reach on there. That's a very natural choice. I don't know if I'm going to do it that way, because I want it to hit hard, but anyway. We have Fist of War, so every once in a while, like whenever I cast it, it will do more damage and have bigger AoE, and then I just have it hitting harder as well. We could put this somewhere else too. A lot of these can be moved around. We'll see how it goes. So Herald of Ash just means that whenever we kill something, the amount that it's overkilled by is kind of splashed around and does an ignite on people, which is cool. Perfect Strike is our boss heavy hitter, our single target heavy hitter. We have it having a shorter perfect timing window, but hitting harder when you hit the perfect timing window. Just doing more weapon elemental damage, which I think is okay. I think this is how it works, right? I hope it's being. I hope I have this understood correctly, where it's actually modifying the amount of damage that it does. It looks like it's adding very little damage though, so it makes me kind of think that I'm doing something wrong. What I might do then is I might just put like close combat on it, or even could put Heavy Swing. Let me see how much damage it makes it do. I mean, well, it's got to have an effect anyway. As if this is doing what I think it does, where it does like. It will do more fire damage when I actually hit the hit. Double check it. I just want to make sure I'm not like trolling myself. It looks to be worth it. Okay, anyway. Then Martial Tempo. It's really slow cast right now, so I have it with Martial Tempo so it attacks a little faster. With Leap Slam, this is one of the newest things. Hammer of the Gods was nerfed to the ground. I haven't tried it yet. I just got it. I'm gonna try it out though. That's what I'm gonna try with. So what I have with my Leap right now is a really cool combo. So it's all about this new gem, Brink. This is a level 2 support. So stun buildup caused by supported skills cannot reach 100%. So what that means is, in the past, you could run into this situation while you're leveling a warrior, or even later on, where you leap on top of something and it just gets stunned, and then you can't Bone Shatter it. With this, they cannot be heavy stunned. They can be taken all the way up to the end of their stun buildup meter, but they can't actually be stunned. So if you would stun them, all it does is prime them for stun, and then you pow, Bone Shatter them. So I have extra stun buildup on the Leap, combined with Brink, meaning that they can't actually be stunned. So I just guarantee priming them for stun with and then you bone shatter them to take them out. What I'm curious about is if I actually even need this. What I might do is put rolling slam in there, and I want to see if I actually have enough stun build up so I can do reach and just AoE with leap slam in a bigger area, which would be great. But yeah, they can't be stunned, so you always set them up for bone shatter nicely with the leap, which is awesome. And then I have time of need with fast forward, so I'm getting a little bit of a rolling heal. That's that kind of effect that you see on my character. But I'm having it go off more frequently with less duration. So my gear is pretty bad, but I will show it to you anyway, just so you guys know what we're cooking with and know what to look for in a weapon. So this weapon, it has percent physical damage and added physical damage. That's what you want. You want percent fizz and flat fizz. And then I have socketed in there 2 like lesser iron runes just for more physical damage. That's what you want on a weapon. Like when you're leveling, you want percent increased physical damage and you want added physical damage. Any of this like attack speed plus melee skills, those are also fantastic. It's just kind of whatever, right? So this weapon is like kind of whatever, but it has a lot of physical damage, or at least best I can find, so that's what we got. Gloves, these are kind of crazy. They have melee skills on them. But a lot of times what you want on armor is like life, resists, maybe even resists are more important than life, I think. If I'm gonna actually put it in order. Resists, life, strength is all great. And then plus 1 level of all melee skills is something that you do want on your gloves, but it's like, don't usually find it that early, but that's kind of insane that we did. I'm looking at this now. I think I want to put a fire rune in here, by the way. I think that would fix my resists, but we'll do that in a bit once we find one. That's the case with all the armor, is resists, life, and then strength ideally for later. But this one just has a ton of armor, so I'm wearing it for now, and that's fine. Your gear is gonna be real ramshackle while you're leveling up, but that's really part of the fun. This belt has like a resist and some life on it, so it's like, okay. Boots, you really want movement speed. We found 15% increased movement speed boots, and it has some resists. Pretty dang good. We'll take that, right? The rings have life and all resist and a stat, which are great. Life, all attributes, a resist. It's great. Don't need accuracy, but you know, whatever. It's just getting by, right? This one actually has percent increased max life and strength, so it's like, okay, we'll throw more exalts at that, and it might turn into something cool. We found the Dade Bell. May you never hear it told. It makes gives me some strength, gives me war cry speed, and also causes corpses to explode. Like a little shout out to my Warbringer that we played last season in HCSSF. So that was pretty cool. Flasks, you'd love to get the gains charges over second. I actually am a big fan of the heals a percentage of your stuff instantly. I like that. And then we also have a chance to gain a charge when you kill an enemy. Those are also nice. Those are also good. So that's kind of what we're cooking with for the character, and so far so good. We can hop in a map and I can show you a little bit about some gameplay, I suppose, huh? Let's go pick ourselves a nice little place to go battle. The Maudun Quarry, sure. Have a look. Let's have a look. Let's take a little look-see, boys. Take a little look-see. Yeah, people are saying that maybe Huntress is like a little bit rough right now. But they also nerfed monster health, I think, right? Oh, did I go back to the caravan? I don't want to do that. But all in all, this character has been a lot of fun so far. We have been moving and grooving pretty good. The general gameplay of this guy, again, like I was talking about, is pretty much just like leap, bone shatter. And I haven't tried Hammer of the Gods yet. But a lot of our single target is Perfect Strike. And it's been good. It's been fun. I like Warrior a lot, but I mean, I liked Warrior before. So I'm pretty much having a good time. But let's see if I actually prime things for stun. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bigger AoE. And that, well, the other guy didn't get prime for stun, so I need to watch out for that. The one thing that can happen is they can just straight up die though. So if they don't, if they just die, they're not prime for stun. So this is not like super stunning them, so I might go back to the overpower. I think that's it's an easy choice, right? If you can stun them super easily, then you can play something else, like more AoE or whatever, or attack speed or whatever. But if you're not stunning them super easily, you probably just go back to overpower. I just need to make sure that, yeah, see, overpower looks a little bit more reliable to get the prime for stun going. Then if you fight any bosses, you pretty much just perfect strike them down. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Let me try out Hammer of the Gods. We don't really need it on this guy, but let's see. Oh. You just have to build up glory, and you get glory by stunning enemies or heavy stunning enemies. So we heavy stun enemies a lot. So I mean, we might be okay, right? We might be all right. But yeah, you can leap in, stun them with the, or like prime him for stun with leap. You don't always need to Infernal Cry, but you can. You kind of like leap and you roll to get like a little distance, so they can't hit you, and then you step into it with hello there. Then you step into it with Bone Shatter. You're good to go. Hammer of the Gods faster? I don't know. They may have changed it. I actually didn't read patch notes. I was just like, I love PoE 2. I know what I want to do. I'm going to play the new Warrior Ascendancy. We're going to send it. That's what we've done so far, but it feels good to me. It does sound like maybe Huntress is a little bit combo focused. Hey! Hey! Don't be crashing on me. PoE, come on, man. All right, it's still early in the patch, so it crashed, but hopefully that still gives you guys a little bit of an idea of the build and the gameplay. We're gonna probably just keep blasting on the leveling process right now. But if you guys want to see more gameplay, obviously you can tune into the streams. We'll keep it going there. But let's get the video posted for you guys, and then we'll keep our day going. That was funny. Stream also went out for a second. Oof. Yeah. All good. We should be able to get the oh, right back where we left off. Okay. Well, let's get the video posted for you guys, and we'll just keep blasting as the day goes on. Should be a lot of fun. But anyway, I wanted to get the quick build update for you guys before we kind of kept hammering through, because some of you may want to know what my build is going or is getting up to, so you can do something similar. Overall, the leveling process has been very smooth, especially once you get Brink on your Leap Slam. Then it's really fun. But before that, you're doing the same thing that you've always done, which is using like Leap Slam, and even before that, like Earthquake and Rolling Slam to prime things for stun, and then crush them with Bone Shatter, and just going from there. That's the plan. Didn't need to go Giant's Blood first, because it just makes everything harder than it needs to be. You don't need to go Giant's Blood early on. I'm just getting tanky with resists, and then you can just swing a two-hander around and don't need to worry about blocking or anything like that. So pretty smooth, pretty smooth. Let's keep it rolling though. We'll get the video up for you guys on the tubes, and we'll keep hammering away at the levels. Feel free to come and ask questions. The good news is all of my other warrior guides, I think, are gonna be just fine. It's just, I think with all the new supports and stuff, we're gonna kind of explore and find things to put together into the build as we progress. But everything that I've done so far, I think, and other videos about like skills and gameplay are all still just fine to sort of reference as you guys are getting into this new league. So we'll keep hammering, and we'll see you on stream. Peace.